Good afternoon and welcome to your Manitoba Orff Chapter Tuesday Tip for the first week of May. I am Jewel Castleman and I'm here just to bring you a couple of things to help you get through those last couple of months of teaching. It's been a long year of teaching for all of the music teachers, whether you're in the classroom or teaching off of a cart. And we've done a great job of being creative in our classroom and the way we're teaching. And I'm just going to share a couple of things to maybe help you get through those last couple of months of teaching. I've been working with my kids on learning to read body percussion off of a body percussion chart. This is something that they find tricky to do, as it's not always on the same level, like you would just be reading a rhythm that is written out on a straight line. So I created a body percussion score for them. You can see there's stamp, patch, clap, and snap. And I will attach the template to this video so that you can have a copy of it. I printed it off on regular size paper and then enlarged it 120% to go onto legal size paper. And then it works really well for the students. They just keep this folded up and into their little music kit that each of them have. So they can take a rhythm pattern and they can put that taw on either the stamp or patch or clap or snap, or on one of the beats, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, or beat 4, wherever they want to put that taw. So they can create a little pattern such as this, and they can clap it out. Taw, T, 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 taw, patch, clap, clap, patch, patch, stamp. And eventually they're learning to read across the page from left to right and learning to read them one beat at a time and see that each one is in their own beat. I have the rhythms going over top of the line because that just makes it easier instead of in the square, because there's only 3 open squares available. So if they write it over top of the line like you would with a line of rhythm, it just helps them to reinforce where they're going to write that. If you have these laminated, they could use a removable marker, a dry erase marker on it, and they could work it that way. And if you want to introduce other kinds of patterns, you could also introduce like a ticka-ticka for them. Ta, ti, ti, ticka-ticka, ta. And with my students, I also dictate them a pattern. I will use the body percussion, and then they repeat it back, and then they're writing it out, just like they would with a rhythm dictation. And sometimes they all can create their own, so then it's great for creating their own. They just have to be able to perform it. Some of them will put snap, 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 snap in at the top, and they can't do it, so then I give them some guidance as to where they would be a better place to put their ticka-tickas. And then we rotate room to room, or room to room, desk to desk, to be able to play each other's. And so then they're having a chance to do some sight reading as well. So it's just a quick little way you can see who's struggling with the reading. Sometimes they'll place them like this, I'll show you. And they're thinking they're doing 1 beat, 2 beats, and then you have to say that, no, this one has to get moved over to beat number 2 so that you can read it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And whether they're all going up or all going down, or they're moving all over the place, or you could have them on the stamp and the snap and stamp and snap, or wherever they want to put them. They can have them all in one row, but then that's not really a pattern, that's just a rhythm clapping or rhythm patching. I always tell them they have to use different levels for doing their pattern and use different kinds of rhythm patterns as well. So I'll include the body percussion score for you to be able to access later, and I'll just have it there available for you. So my other resource that I want to share with you, and I've been using this right from kindergarten right through to grade 5, and in different ways. So it is a book called The Wild Symphony by Dan Brown. And this is a great resource. Dan Brown is the author of the Da Vinci Code, and so he's put a whole bunch of things into here. When you open the book, on the very first page, you'll see a QR code that you can download that QR code onto your phone or your iPad, and it will bring up this little app, a Wild Symphony app. And when you open that app, it shows the symphony warming up. And it says right on here, point your camera at any page in the book and listen to the animal song. Or you can click the arrow and go through it. So I've just chosen to do the kangaroo page because this is one of my kids' favorite. My kindergartens loved it, and everybody right through grade 5 have liked the song. So you just point your camera to the page. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to get started, or a second. And so the song will continue for that whole time, and it's featuring different kinds of instruments. So there's several things you can do with this. When you look at the page, which is just really hard, I'm not going to be able to show you in the video, but I will try to get it into my camera. You can see that right here there's a letter P, and right here is a letter T. Now throughout the picture on this particular page, or for whichever animal you're working with, there are letters in amongst all of the picture. And they really look like letters. It's not like the grass is making it look like an N. There's one page where they keep going, oh, that's an N, but it's just the way the grass is written. They're actually printed as letters. And the students can unscramble those letters, find the letters, unscramble them, and it names one of the instruments. This case, it happens to be the timpani. That's the instrument that is featured with the kangaroo. There's also poems that go along with it, and always a little message. So there's a poem called Bouncing Kangaroo, and there's a little message, and the little maestro mouse there is reading you a message. And for this one it says, it's great to admire the skills of others, but don't forget that you have special talents too. There's a lot of really good messages in the book. So I've been using it a variety of ways. Instrument identification, what are you listening for? Tempo, how fast or slow is it? Your dynamics, what kind of a feel does the music have? I will play the music and have the students name all those things. We analyze the music. Even my little kindergartens are analyzing it for tempo or for dynamics, what the feel of it is like. Does it sound like a big animal? Does it sound like a small animal? And then we play the guessing game as to whether or not they can guess the animal. With the older students, I again get them to analyze it and guess what the animals are. But then we've been looking for the letters and figuring out what words are spelled by the letters. And when you turn the page for the next one, you will see, you usually see the little kangaroo, so not the kangaroo, but the animal that was just highlighted will be in the next group of pictures playing it. So he's playing his timpani drum inside her little pouch. So it's really a great resource. The music is well written. Dan Brown wrote all of the music for it as well. And my kids are really enjoying it. They'll ask, oh, can we do a song out of the symphony book? And it is a really nice resource to have. I ordered it online. It came really quickly through, I ordered it through Chapters, and it came along really quickly. I hope those are a couple of resources that you can just use to help you get through these last couple of months. Now, some of us will be going outside to teach. Some of you have been teaching outside all year. We've done a great job of managing this very unprecedented year of teaching. We've had to be very creative and resourceful in what we are doing within the classroom. Whether you're in your classroom, whether you're going from classroom to classroom, whether you're teaching outside, we've all had to put on very creative thinking caps and get through our year. So I hope that these will help you out, and have a great day. Thank you, and talk to you soon.